Good afternoon. No, good morning. I am Juanki and welcome to my world. Hello, hello, hello. On this beautiful Friday morning. I am not acting a fool today. I have the curtains open, the lights is off. It's way too hot. It's already like 80 degrees. Drop a bomb on that. Now, I might be a show boy. Sometimes I might even give you showgirl. But I'm not doing it today at 11:17, 8:18 a.m. No ma'am, no Pam, no hunty. I am not. So I said, no lights today. I'm not doing the lights right now. They even though they're LED, it still makes the whole room hot. So, and I have my air going and all that. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. I know, it's been a minute. It's been 2 weeks. Oh my God, relax. I do my videos and let you process them, and then I gotta live life. I'm tired. You are seeing me right after the dentist, because I believe that teeth are the window to the soul. Okay? Yes. It's true. And so oral hygiene, oral care is very important. And so I'm in a long-term relationship with my dentist and my hygienist. I see them every 4 months. Every 4 months, I do a cleaning. We look at the things. We make sure that everything is proper, and in order. Okay, so I'm just coming to you from the dentist. I'm still a little numb because they had to do a filling for me. And then I said, let me grab me a little Dunkin' Donuts. It's been a minute since I treated myself to one because it turns out they have a lot of calories. Drop a bomb on that. My God. A lot of freaking calories, them drinks. So I laid off them for a while, but here I am. I said, let me treat myself. It's been a very periodical of time, a good few weeks. Incredible Hulk and I have been, hustling and working and doing what we gotta do. This is the time to do it. You know what I'm saying? So we just been running ourselves to the ground. The in-law was here. His in-laws are coming in a couple of weeks. So it's like, we gotta prepare and do all of that. But how's everybody doing on this Friday? I hope you're doing well. If you have stumbled upon my channel, I am Juanki and welcome to my world. Yes. This is a cornucopia of stuff, okay? A cornucopia of stuff. Today, I come in peace. I always come in peace, but, I've been perusing the streets. I've been, just like keeping my breast of certain situations. And for some reason, I said, I'm going to throw my fatigue on because I'm ready for combat. Yes. I may not be giving you the lights and the production and the hair and the movement and the choreography and the whole nine, but I am here to give you something. I'm here to give you something, okay? I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a productive week. Friday, thank God, 2 days off, hopefully for you, and enjoying the summer. It's really nice out here. I love my new setup. We have a what do they call it? A woodpecker? Yeah, he's like, I've never in my life seen one in live, and it's just such a beautiful environment. There's like deers, there's like all of that good stuff. So thank you, Incredible Hulk, for yet again putting me in a wonderful, beautiful space. I know my husband, the Incredible Hulk, is watching. I just want to say that I love you and I thank you for everything that you have provided to me and for me. You have made me such a better person, and I just love the union that we have. So thank you, Incredible Hulk. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, other than that, what's been going on? Miss Viewers of You, I was up in your live. Miss Viewers of You was live earlier today. She was cussing up a storm. She was reading bitches for filth. All of the behavior that we shouldn't, but we do like. Yeah, she was going on. So I've been helicoptering a lot because I just don't like to I just like to leave it in the background and keep doing my stuff, like when I'm cooking at night, when I'm getting ready in the mornings, like all of that, even in the shower, I'll be playing it. It just, helps me, like that type of background noise, for lack of a better term keeps me it keeps me entertained when I'm going through my day, right? So anyway, so shout out to Miss Viewers of You. Been keeping up with her coloring and her collaging and all of that good stuff. But I wanted to come through and continue and finish what we started last live. This Belize, this secret island vacation Belize, as my smart, intelligent, incredible husband, my incredible Hulk, pointed out to me. Ladies and gentlemen, Belize is not an island. Drop a bomb on that. It's not. So even the title is wrong. But we were watching, I was offering commentary on the State of the Union address that Trish was giving recently about the innuendo and outnuendo that's been going on in the streets about whether or not the secret Belize island vacation, Belize, all of that was happening, whether it was canceled or not. I went in preparation for this broadcast and hopefully future broadcasts. I went ahead and did my investigative reporting. We keep it very. I like to go to the bone marrow up in here, and to the bone marrow we went. Now I won't be serving all of it now because I gotta drip it. But so I went to the cast members page. It's been wiped. You are out of it, like New York said. You are out of it. She has wiped clean completely. It's gone. It's It's no more. Juanki, bro, just because you have piercings in your ears doesn't mean he a homosexual. You're absolutely right. But when you compile everything together, nice press suits, Ghost gets manicures and pedicures and facials, all in the open with cameras photographing him outside the glass. Because, if I'm a public figure, baby, I'm having it come to me. Drop a bomb on that. No. Drop a bomb on that. Okay? I mean, I'm a nobody. Incredible Hulk is just incredible. I'm a nobody. And when I fly international, I have immigrations and customs come to us at the lounge. Drop a bomb on that. So if my poor ass can have the services come to me, you see the tattoos that I have? Those tattoos were done in my home. They came to me. Okay? If I can, assess the level of privacy as a plain Jane senior, citizen, as a Jane citizen, right? Plain old Jane citizen. I know the mayor of New York City can do that, right? I don't understand why he is shopping at these boutique stores, so that the paparazzi's outside with the cameras. It's just weird. It's weird to me. New York City is going to hell in a handbasket. Okay, the migrant situation went out of control. And I'm not just talking about the ones who walked across the Rio Grande. Okay, I'm talking about the ones that came from the DMV with TVs on the Chinese bus in plastic bags because they wanted to make their DCs pay them. Drop a bomb on that. Oh, yes. Yes. Communities of elders, affected by the virus, told the younger ones to make your disease pay you. Drop a bomb on that. So the scamation of the migration has been out the window. But meanwhile, Mayor Adams is accepting bribes. Just read my book. How you doing? Just read my book. Did you just awake? I was in there. Just read my book. I saw you. I did. Just read my book. You said you was now back to taking your nap, but you were listening in the background. Did you sleep well? I was in there too. How you doing? It's been a minute. I'm just here. Look, I got the fatigue on today. I said I cannot act a fool because the window is open. Okay? The window is open. Just read my book. And it's hot. It's like 80 degrees already. I got the AC going and stuff like that, but I'm hot. I was like, I'm not giving showgirl. I'm not giving showboy, and I'm certainly not giving showgirl this morning. I'm not, because it's a window where people can see me. And the last thing I need them to see is, me doing production at 11:30 in the morning. They're just not ready. We just moved into the neighborhood. Okay? We just got behind the gates. Drop a bomb on that. Okay, baby? And to get through the gates, we had, the paperwork and the interviews and the approval process and the board and can we go to lunch and all of that. We had to do all of that. So my movements have to be very controlled. Just read my book. Okay? They have to be very, but I got the fatigue on. We were just talking about Trish, shh. And I was just saying, just read my book, I like to go to the bone marrow. I might as well be a motherfucking cannibal. I want to sit there and just, my ancestors taught me this. You take that chicken bone and you break the chicken wing, because I only do the white meat. You break that. Baby girl says, hello, baby girl. Hello, hi. Hello, hi. And I have not forgotten. I want to come through and do a whole video about the arts. I was playing my music. I played the music at the beginning. And part of the reason why I played the music at the beginning, I just read my book, is because it gets me into the performing mood. It gets me in the mode. Back in the day, many moons ago, when I started as a young, fresh-faced, performer in New York City, whenever we had... I was one of the companies that she says, thank you. You're very welcome. One of the companies that I was with, you start with, like I said, the nonprofit, the community theaters, where you don't have like a big crew, you don't have a big crew. So you have to improvise and make things certain things. So what we will do is we will have, when the audience was going to come in for like 20 minutes, we have like a playlist that will play in the theater. And we could also hear it backstage. And we all knew, when this particular song came, that's 5 songs before it's time for places. And then when that other song, that final song came, it's like, okay, you better be at places because after this song is when we go up. Because we didn't have a wrangler, we didn't have a stage manager that could more than one stage manager. Usually you have sometimes 3, stage left, stage right, and then one at the booth with the lights and the spotlight and all of that, or at the sound booth. So because we couldn't afford to pay 3 stage managers, everybody was responsible for knowing, okay, this is what 30 minutes to places, and now the playlist is going to play. And when this song is coming, you got to be at places. So I play my music because it gets me in the mode of performing. It calms me down. And then I know when it's the last one, when I got to be already sitting down on the whole 9 and the whole, the whole thing. So going back to Trish, who's being photographed with the mayor of New York City. I know she's glowing when I say that. But she should be more concerned about like association. Just read my book. The mayor of New York City, who was being indicted, then I guess he went into the White House and sucked Trump's dick, for forgiveness. And they forgave him, right? And then because they forgave him, and the way that they needed to forgive him, and this was a motherfucking, I think it was a Democratic judge that actually made this ruling because, he had to think ahead. In order for the charges to never be brought back or to be used as bribery or anything, it had to be dismissed completely, meaning it can never be brought back, even if new evidence pops up or whatever. So that's how they had to do it, But he took them bribes. He made the officers of the Department of Buildings give pretty much just write off some permits real quick for the Turkish government. They had a couple of buildings opening up here. Straight up BS, straight up. Yes, just read my book. And they opened up these buildings that the process should have taken 6 to 9 months. They opened them in like 2 weeks because he wanted to be flying first class with him and his whore of the time, which I always thought, just read my book, he was a homosexual. You know, because like I said, pedicures, manicures, eyebrows threaded, you know, right in front of the window where the reporters are like taking picture and video. And as I was saying, just read my book, I'm a humble nobody. I'm a simple servant, okay? But, you know, even I get shit when I want to do this, you know, be discreet and I want privacy. I ship things to my house. I have my haircuts come to me. You know what I'm saying? Baby, when I was doing my life insurance policies and stuff like that, when I got with Hulk, we had the lab come to the penthouse. Drop a bomb on that. Yes. The laboratory came to the penthouse. And drew the blood. She had her little nurse's outfit and everything. She took my pressure. She was writing it down. Mr. Hulk. Okay. And put it in the little thing, and it went Quest Laboratory and everything. It went the whole nine. So if I can afford shit like that, why is Queen Major Adams out and about strolling, letting the children know I got the city's money and this is what I'm doing with it? Expensive suits, the little handkerchief in here, very, very, you know. He really takes care of himself. Although I would say that when he was being indicted and he was going through that process, that's when we really saw what he really looked like. He looked like Ish. And not Shish Trish, but he looked horrible. Anyway, we got Shish Trish. And like I said, I like to get to the bone marrow. My ancestors taught me, you take that chicken wing and you break it off and you suck all the tendons out that bone. You know, just read my book. That little thing that connects, you take that and then once you do, you go like, and you break it in half and it's a brown substance in there. You go. Okay, and you suck that bone marrow, drop a bomb on that. Okay? And then once you're done with that bone marrow and it's hollow up in there, then you start shredding the ish. And then you finally spit it out. I just like to get to the bone marrow. Now, I won't give you everything, just read my book. It's got to drip, 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 drip this. But I thought it would be important for us to return to the scene of the crime. The presidential address by Shish Trish regarding Secret Island Vacation Belize, which again, just read my book, Belize is not an island. It's a peninsula. Drop a bomb on that. But I mean, who cares, right? Let's go ahead and put this up. And let's pick up exactly where we left off. Gristle and
Sunday, April 27th.
I remember that. Okay. Gristle and marrow from a bone chicken from pollo guisado is the ish. And it's really good for you too. It's really good for you. Okay. Let me go ahead and move. Can I move her?
2025 at 9:42 p.m. EST. We're streaming live on Hush and Move Media.
Okay, we have already heard this part, so I just wanna get us to the part where we left off. I guess I'm gonna have to move a little bit here. Let me move my contraption, my gadgets. Speaking of gadgets, is Bless walking inside her wig still walking around? You know, I'm always gonna be checking in. But go ahead. Let's go ahead and listen to this. I'm going to dispel a couple of truths. I am going to, I have my fatigue. I'm ready for war. Okay. Ain't nothing I hate the most than scammation. I don't like people for people to be scammed. I don't like, when it comes down to nonprofits, you know what I'm saying? I have a very, soft spot for nonprofit. Don't get me wrong. I love me a good for-profit. Okay. I love me a good for-profit. I love when I walk into that bank and they already know Mr. Incredible Hulk. Okay. They know Incredible Hulk and Juanki Pro. All right. I love me some client services. I love me when they take me to the back room and leave me there until I'm ready to come out the room with my requests. Okay. I love me taking my little fanny. No, it's not a fanny pack. My little book bag, my little North Face with the compartments and stuff and slide it in there. Okay. And do the deposit or the withdrawal. I love my relationship with I love me a good for-profit. But when it comes down to nonprofit, I have a really soft spot for nonprofit. I hate to see people scam people in the name of nonprofits. I hate people who throw a lot of jargon at people who might be unaware of what certain codes are, of what, just because you throw the word nonprofit does not mean that you are doing nonprofit work. Drop a bomb on that. Okay? Absolutely. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. Absolutely hate that. So, let's listen to the presidential address. I will be coming in and out. And we've already heard some of this. So let's just move forward. I think we heard about maybe let's go to 15 minutes in. Let's listen 15 minutes in. And I will be back with my commentary.
Still bouncing around. Mink Mob clean. Skokahanis took a hiatus. She's back now. I have close ties to all of the cast members' channels, and they are doing a phenomenal job. So I'm not going to fail them. They did a little bit of work on their channels because they believed in this show production and what it stands for.
What does it stand for? That's my question. What does it stand for? Because I landed at the page. Well, first of all, we've been tracking this since 2 years ago, since it was just an award. We landed at the page. I landed at the page just to read my book again this morning in preparation for me to bring you the flesh and the spirit of Juanki Pro right before your eyes. And the page with the cast wiped clean, completely gone. Like I Love New York and Flavor of Love. You are out of it. You are out of it. Just like that. Wiped clean, completely wiped clean. Ain't no new cast members, no old cast members. Wiped. Okay? Ain't no cast members up in there. At all. Not one whatsoever. So I'm trying to understand what is the purpose. What's the social impact that this is going to have? Because I keep hearing the name of a nonprofit being thrown around. Okay? It's a nonprofit being thrown around. When we hear the name, I will go in. But I fail to connect the dots between this secret island vacation, Belize. Belize is not an island, it's a peninsula. Okay? I'm about to change the name of your event. All right? But I failed to connect the dots to figure out what is the social purpose, what's the benefit to the community, why are they fundraising for bitches to go have a vacation in a third world? It's not called a third world. In a developing country. I fail to I need somebody to connect the dots for me. Let's go on.
They believe in what I'm trying to do. So do you think I would let Simon be the reason why I give up? Are y'all fucking crazy? What type of working mentality you have? So what? He was the investing partners. There has to be a viable investing partner or partners out there. There has to be a viable sponsor or sponsors out there to fund this. The issue is the time frame.
Time frame. Girl, you've had 3 years to put this event together. Drop a bomb on that. 3 years to put a event together. Not even a event. One event. 3 years to put it together. 3 years to put, I gotta cut my nails. 3 years. 3 years to put a event together.
May 5th was the deadline across the board for deposits.
Here we go.
As unrealistic as it sounds.
How? So you're a cast member and you have to pay to be a cast member and go on this production. if that's not some convoluted, fucked up, fake ass shit, money grab shit, you're a cast member and you have to pay. You're gonna cast me and I'm gonna have to pay you for me to go on a trip where you're gonna record me on iPhones to then stream poorly edited material from said thing on your YouTube platform and get views and compensated for that. It does not make no sense. And this is why a crying bitch was out on these streets fundraising. What crying bitch you mean? Do I say?
No, I didn't need to do all that shit in 3 months. You should have contacted me because I was feeling very much like I'm about sick of this one-sided type shit. That's what I was feeling at that time. I'm like, I keep on hitting him up, trying to see how he's doing, and he don't give a fuck about me.
No, I don't give a fuck about you, and you weren't trying to see how I was doing. You was trying to man steal, drop a bomb on that. As if you could ever. Please. Just read my book. I want you to know that up until recently, this honest ho the hoe, this honest ho, ho, green eggs and ham. Yes, Pam, yes, ma'am. Okay? Not a GoFundMe, but they actually had a page of a company that does fundraising for nonprofits. I'm still failing to connect the dots between these bunch of nearly, people who can't travel outside of the country, let alone have a passport and shit, to go international, to go have this vacation. I've never heard, aside from Make-A-Wish Foundation, of a nonprofit that literally fundraised to give grown-ass, able-bodied bitches the opportunity and the experience to go vacation internationally. Drop a bomb on that. Oh, we have breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking motherfucking news. My sources says he even gave Shish his social security number. Drop a bomb on that. He would give her his social security number. He's an idiot. He's an absolute idiot. And she would ask for his social security number, after all, a highly medicated one that wanted people to be part of her club. What happened to Green Eggs and Ham? No one liked them. Pam I am. Sam I am. No ma'am, no ma'am. Green Eggs and Ham. What happened to the green? I want to be seen in green. What happened to the grass was not greener on the other side, was it? She collected social security numbers too. And people actually gave them to her. There was one person that said, no ma'am, no ma'am. And she said, I respectfully decline, and pull herself out. Yup, she did. Yolanda is Yolanda. Trust no one. And Miss Yolanda is Yolanda. Trust no one. It's the new year. It's 2025, Miss Yolanda. Don't come for me. Don't do it. Girl, don't do it, miss. I will hate to have to go there. I'm just stating the facts. If you don't like the facts, then you shouldn't have made them facts. I'm actually giving you your flowers because you said my social security number. Get the F out of my face. I'm done. I'm done. Out of it, like New York. Okay? So good for Yolanda is Yolanda. Trust no one. She literally stood for what her name stood for. Okay? Let's continue. It's like, oh, he be watching. He been watching for years, stalking. No, bitch. Trust me, I'm living my life. I'm living my life fabulously. Once in a while when I'm bored and I need to see a few bullshit storylines, I'll pop in. Okay? Or I get the tea from some reputable sources up in here. Okay? No, bitch, you put it on YouTube. You put it on YouTube, didn't you? You put it on YouTube. You shared that with everybody. You shared that with everybody. Your tea was spilling. Your slip was showing. The pants needed to be changed. Okay? Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. Whew, just read my book. It's a fatigue. It's a fatigue little thing. This was a gift from a good friend of mine like 10 years ago. And yes, I can still fit it. It's from Zara. It's from Zara. Before Zara became all weird and shit. You go to Zara's website and it's like, okay, why am I looking at this high editorial shit? Nobody wears this on a day-to-day basis. Like, can I just see real clothes? Let's continue. Everybody's catching strays today. Everybody's gonna catch a motherfucking stray up in here. Let's continue.
I will have to literally go to all of those vendors and ask them for an extension.
Girl, what vendors? Trish, what vendors? What vendors did you lock in? Girl, what vendors? Which vendors? What vendors? What? The delusion of it all. This is a motherfucking mental patient.
That's the first thing.
Mm-hmm. Give me the second. Give me the second. Give it to me. I want it.
When I get off live, I'm starting to draft up letters and invitations and partnership proposals and amending the business plan and doing all of these things that I need to do at this point to secure funding.
Okay. Shouldn't you have secured the funding before you try to do a scamation on several sectors? I mean, we're really talking about a serial scammer. Drop a bomb on that. I am going to coin the term serial scammer across different sectors, running the scam for years now. And innocent bystanders and also not so innocent bystanders give in to this bullshit. First of all, you need a whole business plan. And if you needed one, shouldn't you have done all of that before you came out here? See, and wanted to make yourself feel a certain way? Because I am a producer. I am the head of a corporation and I run nonprofits and the whole nine. And let's not even get into the nonprofits. Just read my book. Let's not get into the nonprofit. I'm waiting for the name to drop. Because I'm telling you, I had a whole plate of chicken crunched, shredded. Because I got that deep into it. All right? I'm just waiting for the name to drop. And then we're going to take a whole stroll down the entire motherfucking 501c3 organization. Drop a bomb on that. Okay? Now, if you keep fucking with this type of bullshit, I don't want to hear down the line she didn't give me my money back and nothing happened. Because let's not forget, just less than a year ago, when it was the You Be Two For Me, For Two For Them, For Us awards, and they were no longer happening, when bitches said, "What's my refund?" She said, "Oh, that was it. That was managed by a third party. You got to contact them directly." Drop a bomb on that. Okay? She said she told these people, you gotta see them. Perfect scam for people with an IQ in the single digits. Perfect scam. Okay, I see you talk my ear off. I give you this payment. You cancel the shit. When I turn around and say, "Give me my payment." "Oh, no. I didn't handle the payment. You got to go get it from these people." These people's emails is bouncing back and the whole nine. That whole thing is a facade. It's shut down. So now you're out your money. Somebody says nonprofit, aka she didn't profit from her scams. Oh no, we're gonna get to it. Just remember, we're gonna get to it. Let's continue to the bone marrow. I told ya.
And tomorrow morning, I know I'm not gonna sleep tonight.
That's the guilt.
I'll be working overnight.
That's the guilt keeping you up, girl.
That's why I stayed.
No, that's Jesus. That's Jesus keeping you up. That's the guilt. That's the guilt keeping you up, girl.
City to begin with. When morning hits, people are in their offices, they're going to get first thing documentation from me and the partners for what's needed. I've already started to do certain things. I'm not going to say everything, but
And that's the key. You should have led with that months ago. You shouldn't have said anything. Drop a bomb on that. You really shouldn't have said shit if you didn't have your ducks in a row. You shouldn't have said shit. Okay? Let me tell you something. Have y'all seen, have y'all realized, well, I used to be really clued in and tied into, the production world, both stage and stage, Broadway, and also film and TV shows and stuff like that. But I know y'all go through it too, where all of a sudden you hear, oh, this show is coming up with these people. And you're like, oh shit, I didn't even know this person was doing this. And it turned out that they shot it the year before, or they had been in production for 9 months ago. They were done with production and it's already in the can. And you just finding out, but the whole thing is done already. You understand what I'm saying? Because they don't go out and talk shit. They focus on doing the project. They keep it on a need to know basis because it's less scrutiny. All right. And then next, the thing that you hear is the press release of this is coming out or this project is happening. These are the names that are happening. This is already done. You don't preempt your shit like that. You're not that good to be able to do that. You don't have the resources. You don't have the funding. You don't have the je ne sais quoi to be able to talk your shit and back it up. We've seen that. This lady's a motherfucking joke. It's an absolute joke. Absolutely. And what irritates me the most is hiding under the umbrella of a fake LLC that's non-existent. It doesn't... Like the people on the pictures and all that. No, not there. Delete it, erase, all erase. Out of it like New York. Drop a bomb on that. Okay? People come up with this bullshit and then they just come up with a title for an event. Then they take the title for the event, put a comma and the words and the letters LLC next to it to try to fool the people into the legitimacy of some bullshit. When it's not. Okay? Let's continue.
I am explaining things thoroughly without giving off too many ace in the holes.
Girl, you ain't got no damn ace.
Happen.
You ain't got you. Let me tell you what you got, girl. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what you got, girl. Let me tell you what you got. Hello, the purse is closed. The purse is closed. I am in my studio. Well, the Mischief temporary studio. I have, my Incredible Hulk. He is working very hard to provide. And so when it's the weekends and stuff, I want him to rest or spend time with me and we do things, we step out. So I haven't pushed the new studio on him. I want it to just be, it's going to get done when it gets done. So I'm here in my Mischief studio and the curtains are open. So I have to be very controlled because in order for us to get behind the gate, there was a lot of, aside from the purchasing price and the whole, there's a lot of situations that we needed to deal with and now that we are behind the gate and people can see me, I don't want them to think, oh, that's the gay couple. That's the married gay couple. Look at him going crazy. Look at him over there. You can see him through the window. You know what I'm saying? So I have to be very controlled, very, very, very proper. But I am wearing the fatigue. Just read my book. The purse is closed. I am wearing my fatigue, and we're here dissecting this secret island vacation Belize, which Belize is not an island. It's a peninsula. Okay? It's a peninsula. All right? And we are taking it to the bone marrow. I explained earlier how I take it to the bone marrow. The purse is closed. So I encourage you to rewind me after this is done, so you can. I get to the chicken bone. You take and then you crunch and you go right in the brown, and you suck it. once you suck that bone marrow, then you start to shred. And you shred that bone. It should just crack right in half. You're crushing it. And you just spit that out. That's how I get into it. The purse is closed. Oh my, is right. This purse is closed. That's right. So I've been gone for a minute. Now I'm back with the jump. Yep. I got the T. I got the 411. I got, So I'm just waiting for some certain things to drop so I can let you know. No, I prefer to keep my side teeth intact, Juanki. Well, speaking of teeth, I just came from the dentist, okay? And I have every 4 months, I'm sitting there. And they gotta do the whole thing, because I guess from chewing bone marrow, I might have a couple of battle wounds and shit, but everything is fixable in my mouth. Drop a bomb on that. Let's get back to the serial scammer. And I'm coining the term serial scammer on Trish, because she's been scamming across sectors. That's like, she didn't just did a massacre in the beef sector. No, she's like every sector, like all these sectors, marginalized sectors, right? Who are shaping the digital world. That's her marketing, right? She went into every sector trying to bamboozle and hoodwink. Shout out to Miss Viewers of You who taught me that word. Okay. The person's clothes says, have you ever run into Trish in the city? Funny you ask, the person's clothes. I have not. Just like a whole bunch of bitches. You want to know why? Because, although you see me with a big personality here, I'm big and rambunctious, okay? And the name is on my motherfucking marquee, okay? I've said that. I carry it. I'm proud. When it comes down to the New York City streets and being out and about, I'm a very low-key individual. I'm very quiet, down to earth. You see me with this hat. I like to have my hat, sometimes some sunglasses. I like to just get in and out. I'm not hanging out. None of that. Have I run into her? No. I do know exactly where the offices are, where the WeWorks is at. The stomping grounds, the shit that she's talked about. I've been some of those places. But you have to understand, it's a different type of personality and a whole different type of crowd. Like, we might have been at the same event, at the same establishment for two totally different events. You know what I'm saying? Like invitation only, galas, that type of thing. Just trash on the other side. I just figure with her being a big wig and she must be well known. She's not well known. She's not. Miss Mother Treasure Lane. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Mother, I got the fatigue on. I don't have my lights because the window's open, so I have to be more controlled because, we're behind the gates now. So, and they can see me from over there. So I'm trying to be proper. But we're dragging the shit out of Trish, and her scamation overall. Okay? Mother, I get to the bone marrow and I chewed them bones and spat them right the fuck out after I sucked the pulp out of them bones. So that bone marrow. The what we works, yes. But I said this a long time ago. And She rents space at it's the Trump Tower, but that's just the name of it. I think he pulled his interest on that. It's at 40 Wall Street. It's down on Wall Street. And, shish, if you want to wait for me, when I was taking the 2 train, right there on Wall Street, that's the 2 train I get off, because Wall Street was always my stomping ground. I was always down there. That's where I worked. I can show you on Google Earth, right across the street from her offices, which is just like literally you rent it by the hour. It's not an office space that she has. Wear her out. Yes, wear her out. Mother, I was not here because I was busy. I needed to see if this bitch was a real good scammer or she's slappy, she's messy, she's a liar. The truth ain't in her. Okay, Hulk is irritated that she keeps calling it Belize Island, Secret Island Vacation Belize. Belize is not a motherfucking island. It's a peninsula. And I'm irritated that this bitch is always doing shit under the eyes of a disguise of a nonprofit of 501c3. I'm failed to understand how taking a whole bunch of people that not even barely got passports, got no damn passport. Miss View Seville has walked into the room. Yes. Miss View, put the replay on. You're going to want to hear the first hour of this because I gave you your flowers and, you know, we go into the bone marrow, Miss View Seville. We go into the bone marrow. But I fail to find how anything that Shish Trish is doing has anything to do with a nonprofit. Taking these people that barely, you know, can fucking leave the state without calling a parole officer are going to go to a developing country, all right, and do this type of... I fail to understand what is the social impact that this is supposed to have. How can you justify this as a nonprofit? Now, some might say, but she did say it's an LLC. You know, the Secret Island Vacation LLC. But that's not a real LLC. Drop a bomb on that. It ain't a real LLC. Just because you put a comma after your title and put the letters LLC does not make you going to New York State and registering. All right? Whether it's through legal Zoom or physically going down there. You at 40 Wall Street, you could have just taken a whole stroll right there to City Hall and file the paperwork and put your little ad in the newspaper like you're supposed to for 3 months. Oh, yeah, the hustle's good, Miss View over here. The hustle's really good. Letting everybody know that Secret Island Vacation LLC is not an LLC. So that's bullshit. That's a lie. That's a lie. Okay? I'm waiting for her to mention the nonprofit so we can go into the nonprofit, Miss View. I got to the bone marrow. 990s-N and everything. Drop a bomb on that. Because ain't nothing more that bothers me to my soul. It's my core. Because this, you know, through nonprofit, you know, I get very passionate. Miss View. I get very passionate with certain things in my life, things that were impactful in my life. Nonprofit really saved me from the projects, from the life, all of that. So I dedicated good years of my life to nonprofit and helping others, you know. When I see somebody trying to use the 501c3, throw that jargon at people that don't know, you know, that are not in the know, and you're trying to scam people and do bullshit, for what? It irritates me. Miss View says, I work for nonprofits for years. It irritates me. And that's what has ticked me off. You know, that's what has ticked me off. All the materials that I read where this nonprofit is being connected to this island vacation, I failed, unless it's the Make-A-Wish Foundation and it's some special needs kids or kids with health ailments and stuff like that are getting a good ride to Disney or to the islands or something like that. I failed to make the connection between taking these people from these sectors that can barely leave states without calling a parole officer, getting them a passport, putting them on a plane to a developing country, shooting all this content. I fail to understand how is that going to help anybody else in the community. Drop a bomb on that. I just can't make the connection. She's delusional. She has to be by far the most delusional person in the entire sphere, you know, that we're in. Literally. A serial scammer, because she's gone from sector to sector scamming. You know, we've had our scammers in the beef sector. No, this is a serial scammer. Sector after sector after sector. And then I hear Miss View Seville that this hand is ho, the road, ho, the hoe. Man steal a hoe, the hoe, row, honest, dishonest hoe. Gave her his social security. The boy is dumb as hell. Dumb as hell. The fuck does a shish trish needed his social security number for? For what? For what? We see here, I caught her in 2 sectors lying. You know, the offices. We have seen her come live from the offices. Miss Views of you, this is like a WeWorks. A WeWorks situation. It might not be actually be WeWorks because WeWorks actually is fading out of New York City, but there's a whole bunch of other co-working. They call them co-share co-working spaces. That's where we see her. You could rent that by the hour. Some places have a deal, which is like, this is what I think she has, where you can, it's called a virtual office. Let's say I have a company and I don't want to put my home address, right? So I register it and then I pay an office space so that my mail can go there. They could be my registered agent and the whole nine. And guess what? That comes with 4 hours of using a conference room a month or 4 hours of using some type of enclosed office for the fee that they're charging you for you to send your mail there. She is probably the cleaning lady for them. Exactly. Absolutely. Yep. And throws on her little outfit from the waist up. She's dressed just from the waist up like I am right now. I got my fatigue, but I'm in my underwear and my white socks. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And then I'm doing this to hopefully educate some people so that they're not fooled. It's a lot of our viewers. I'm not saying all of them. And particularly my viewers tend to be a different type of viewership. And I love that. And I love them for that. But it's a lot of people here who this is not only their entertainment, but they connect with us. They're waiting for us to go live. They want to hear what we got to say. They start forming relationships and bonds with us, even if we have never met them or even spoken to them in the chats or whatever. Then they start believing what we're saying and buying what we're selling. I mean, we're seeing people buying what they sell. Literally, little rags. Excuse me. Okay, little rags from Dollar General. Okay, anointed by a former flight attendant who was on its knees, ass up, face under the pillow, door ajar at the Holiday Inn by the airport, just waiting to intake some semen. Drop a bomb on that. Okay? Okay? I'm sorry. I need my rags to be anointed, not by the homosexual who got off his Delta flight, all right, for a layover, was able to trade his next leg so he can stay. And when I mean leg, I mean the trip. Was able to trade the next leg of the trip so he could stay one more day in San Francisco. Okay, company paying for the motel hotel. All right, so he could be ass up, face buried in the pillow, door ajar, with his message on Craigslist. Okay, accepts all loads. Oh my God, just read my book. I forgot the baby's there. I am so sorry. I did not mean to. Okay, I did not mean to. I forgot she's there. Get her out the room. Just read my book. Put your earphones in, please. Brett, don't forget the lube. Drop a bomb on that. Don't forget the lube. I don't know why he was asking him to bring the lube. We all know he's the one taking it. He should have been a good bottom with a selection of lubes. Okay, different lubes, the Vaseline, the cocoa butter. You know, help yourself to whatever you want. Whatever is your fancy. Whatever tickles your pickle the best. Okay? That, ladies and gentlemen, okay, was who was anointing and praying over the cloth. Okay, the cloth that I guess you were then supposed to put before you and pray. I'm going to use this cum rag that Sister Wilson prayed on. And I'm going to hope that this cum rag, fixes my life. Girl, you don't get the F out of my face and get on your knees and pray. Just get on your knees, look up and pray. There. And it did not cost, $12.99. And then they started complaining that, where is Hulk? He ain't here, Miss Viewers of You. He out making that money. Drop a bomb on that. He out making the money right now, Miss Viewers of You. As a matter of fact, earlier today, I was telling my Incredible Hulk, I said to my Incredible Hulk, I said, I'm going to go live today. It's hot. I'm tired. It's been a long periodical of week. And I'm not doing the lights. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I feel it in my spirit to throw my fatigue on and just get up there. And you know what my Incredible Hulk said? He said, sounds like a good show to me. Okay, sounds like a good show to me. I mean, you really, and then they get mad. Oh, we got the, because they love to call me a Mexican or immigrant. I'm not Mexican or immigrant. I'm half Puerto Rican, half Dominican, born in New York City. I'm 5 generations in. 5, count them, 5. And, since it's not true, it doesn't really bother me. You understand what I'm saying? Name calling don't do nothing to me. Name calling does not stop me from walking into my branch at the bank, and they already know that's Mr. Pro. Okay, they already know when I need the client services room. Okay, they leave me there to count and do whatever I need to do. They already know. I walk up to the thing. I don't even have to provide the bank account number. They already know it. None of that stops any of that. The name calling don't stop that. Okay, the name calling don't stop that. Me coming out here and saying I'm tired and my eyes and I have a headache and the whole that my eyes might be a little dark circles and stuff like that. The bank account don't got no dark circles and stuff like that. Drop a bomb on that. So it don't really bother me. And we don't have to take it to the finances. We don't have to go that far. We don't have to go that far. I'm happy. Period. I'm happy. Period. I love my husband, period. Love my husband. I'm happy. We do a whole bunch of shit that we don't put up here. I have so much footage and footage and footage and footage that is our personal footage of trips and things like that. We've gone on trips and y'all don't even know that we've gone on trips. We date each other. We go out on dates still. You understand what I'm saying? Let's continue to listen to the scam of it all. I'm waiting for the nonprofit name to drop so then I can go ahead and let you know.
Their own narratives on their platforms, and they're running with Secret Island Vacation and the YouTube Streets Awards is canceled because they heard about the disengagement from Simon from my channel. It was on my channel and they just went live and spent their own narrative.
I guess she's talking about Honest Row. Honest Row is back again. The bitch strikes again. Anything Honest Row is involved with, it's always some drama, confusion, and chaos. Why is that? When are we going to realize that he is part of the drama, confusion, and chaos? When are we going to realize that? Always trying to, and don't let it be a good-looking man walking around or being part of something. Because that roach is going to try to creep. Okay? Creep. And creep he will.
I didn't come out and say it. Honest Row wouldn't have went live.
How the fuck did I know? I'm listening to this for the first time with you guys. How the fuck did I know?
YouTube cameras went. They all heard what I said on my original video, and they went back to their platforms and lied. That's why I called Dishonest Row. Pizza, we already know she a liar. And YouTube cameras, man, she's a stupid liar.
Oh. Don't say that about YouTube cameras. Rough.
I do that? Oh, did I say that? You didn't say that it's canceled? Dumb ass bitch. Fuck out of here.
This is, ladies and gentlemen, the executive director of this nonprofit. Okay? This is the executive director of the nonprofit. This is how she's articulating. This is the head of a nonprofit that's supposed to be helping the New York City community. I just want to let that sit there, okay? I come out here and I do my thing. I'm a nobody. I'm in showbiz. I perform. I get off the fucking stage. I serve and service my husband, and we live a merry life. That's it. But this, ladies and gentlemen, this is the head of a nonprofit, okay? That's supposed to be dealing with the community. All right?
Fuck you and your accent. Get the fuck out of here. What are you? You can't hear? When did I ever say it's canceled? Why would you even put that out there so I could hit your link? So the only reason why I knew YouTube Cameras was lying on her channel when I was coming from the track earlier, I saw when I was coming back, someone sent me an IG message. And y'all know I don't really go to IG, but I clicked it.
Right. You don't go to IG. She's not on the social media, but she clicked it and she heard it. Here we go.
Right. And it was from someone that I do trust for a long time, years and years and years. And this person never ever sends me a link or anything unless it's an emergency. So what I did, because the person sent me YouTube Camera StreamYard with a note saying, she's over there saying that you canceled Belize and the award show.
Okay, is it an award show? Or is it just like what? I'm still confused. She doesn't even know what the hell she's doing. Ms. View, she said she needs to go back to the drawing board and reshush the business plan. It's a business plan for this trip. Okay, it's a business plan going on for this trip.
She did a whole 2 hours on this. How do you look at someone's video? You say you looked at the video and you heard what I said, but you go back to your platform and say, yeah, the show is canceled. And like this bitch is summoning me to come to her channel to answer her goofy ass motherfucking questions when I got my own motherfucking channel where all the answers lie. Just because you came to the channel, listened to what I said, lied on your platform, you want me to come to your shit to clear up your lies? That's why I hit the link, not because you summoned me, bitch, because I wanted people to hear, it's not canceled, fuck out of here, bitch, and goodbye.
This the executive director of a nonprofit in New York City. Drop a bomb on that. Okay. Okay. Let's fast forward a little bit because this bitch is just. I'm sorry. This shish trish. It's just got me in circle. Let's go ahead. Let's go. We fast forwarded now about to 32 minutes or so.
But when in real time, I was telling Simon, I did send it out. Some of them haven't been responsive with the emails, so I would have to hit their links or catch them on panels to remind them to check their emails and respond.
It has always been canceled. It will never be.
It wasn't to put them down. It was just to let them know as a reminder. In order for this to go well and the travel accommodations to go well, they have to be responsive to their emails. That's it. And I think they all understood that. However, with this new update with Simon as the investing partner being out, I'm sure they're probably thinking, well, I'm glad I didn't send it in yet because, you know, the investing partner
fell through,
bailed out. But I don't.
Let's forward a little bit more. Come on, give it to me.
Want them to take that type of action. And I show very little of my life. This is something that is a part of my real life, my real business. You're seeing it play out on YouTube, and people are making a mockery out of it. It just,
girl, it's a joke. You're a fucking joke. You're not a producer. You're not an executive producer. You're not. Don't even get me started with your nonprofit. Miss Viewers of View, the nonprofit does everything. Drop a bomb on that. The nonprofit, per literature, if you could call that literature, does everything. Okay? You need to be put in a place due to homelessness, the nonprofit will do it. You need medications for your HIV, the nonprofit will do it. You are a migrant who needs help and assistance navigating the legal system, that nonprofit will do it. They do everything, and do nothing at all. How do you do everything and have nothing to show for? How do you do everything and there's no accolades? How do you do everything? How do you do everything and there's no track record? How? As a matter of fact, let me, because I need to correct myself. Oh, we have breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. We have breaking news. I have misspoke. I have misspoken. The executive producer of my life just texted me, which is not a word, and he hates when he hears the word texted, because that is not, viewers of you, they're trying to make it happen. But texted is not a word. I heard it on Behind the Gates recently. I've seen it on TV. Texted is not a word. It's just like fish. You don't say fishes. It will be text. There's no there's no texted. I know, Ms. View. They're trying to make Webster Dictionary and the whole nine. They're trying to make it happen, but texted is not a word. But the executive producer of my life said to me, it's not a peninsula either. It's just a country located on the coast of Central America. Drop a bomb on that. Okay. I'm being corrected. I'm being corrected, and I will take that from my Incredible Hulk, my husband. Yes. Okay. It's not a peninsula either. It's definitely not an island. I thought it was a peninsula because it was surrounded, but it's not surrounded by three sides. It's surrounded by just two. So it's not a peninsula either. It's just a country located on the coast of Central America. Okay. Now let me just see right here. Let me just see right here real quick. I had it queued up because I told you I get to the bone marrow. We're going to get to the marrow of the bones. Excuse me. I'm almost there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm almost there. This wasn't it. I just want to read you an accolade. If this lets me. Okay. Folks eat bone marrow. I know. I'll get to the bone marrow. I told you, it's a delicacy. Of course. This is what I do. I get to the bone marrow. When I need to chew a bitch out, I will get to the bone marrow before I spit you the fuck out. Now, this nonprofit that does everything, Mysteries of You, everything. Okay? The medications does it. Elder care does it. Immigration issues does it. Homelessness does it. Okay? Leadership development does it. How does a nonprofit do so much diverse shit by a delusional woman running it out of a fucking WeWork space rented by the hour? Come use the package includes use of the conference room for 4 hours in a month. All right, and there's no accolades. Well, let's read the accolade right here. This organization should be called this organization. This organizer is incompetent. She never does community assessment, has her own agenda, which is unattainable and downright silly. Hypnotic hoax. Drop a motherfucking bomb on that. This is the nonprofit. This is the accolade of the nonprofit. Let me read that again. Let me read the accolade again. This organization should be called this organization. This organizer is incompetent. She never does community assessment, has her own agenda, which is unattainable and downright silly. Just saying. I didn't make that up. That's straight from the community. Okay? That's straight from the community. I didn't make that up. Straight from the community. Let's return.
Shows their mindset, their growth pattern. No one, growing to them is, getting a couple of hundred views or watching in a chat. That's growing to them.
Well, and who better to talk about growth than Shish Trish herself and stunted growth, okay? Because, you know, we have seen the event grow from a local thing to now a hole in the wall in New York City, a college dive bar, which I was familiar with, okay? And Ms. Viewers of You and I were gonna go attend. I wanted to sponsor an entire table of your most fabulous, lushful YouTubers, you know, because this is the movers and shakers, and according to her promotional materials, these are the people who are shaping the digital world from marginalized sectors, okay? And leave it to her to come and try to exploit set sectors, all right? I love the place because it was just one door, okay? It's a double door, but it's just one door. You can't run out the back. You can't. Oh, I see. Shit! I saw Juanki Pro and Hulk. Let me get through the back. It was no. You saw Juanki Pro and the Hulk, and you were still gonna have to go right through Juanki Pro and the Hulk to come out. You know, you could come out, you know, standing up with your 2 feet. In the case where you gotta drag a leg, dragging the leg, or after 911 was called and you was out on a stretcher, drop a bomb on that. Yeah, the red carpet was gonna be right outside, Miss Viewers of You, right in the sidewalk of New York City. Baby, let me tell you something. New York City, where we throw our garbage in the sidewalk and hope that the garbage truck comes before the homeless person or the Deontay Rico. Don't forget your cans. It's up in there ravaging the bag, you know, alongside rats, trying to see if he could collect the can. So then he can drag it to the machine and put it through for some coin. Coin, keep me here. So then you could take set coins and tricycle your way to the corner bodega, okay, for some Lucy's and a $20 seafood bag. Okay. Gowns and top coat effect, baby. Not in 34th Street. It was 38 actually. Right around the area where the prostitutes and pimps and hoes be walking, okay? Right around the pimps and the hoes and the garbage right there. They throw the garbage right there, and there's a lot of like fast food places, and I'm not talking about like a McDonald's, like literally like a mom and dad pop shop. Like, so all that garbage is oil, the frying oil from the Chinese food place, they put it right there. So now your sidewalk is now limited because half of it is taken by these garbage bags, okay? And it was gonna be a red carpet. It was gonna be a red carpet right there. A red motherfucking carpet was gonna be right there, okay? I really wanted to see these fabulous, and it was like a 12-hour event, Miss Viewers of You. Could you imagine the stench and the smell coming out of the bodies of some of these fabulous content creators that are shaping the digital world when we know that they've gone on trips and did not want to take a shower? Okay, an all-day gala. Exactly, an all-day gala. All day. It was like a 12-hour extravaganza. 12 motherfucking hours. What in the world? Who in the establishment is renting an establishment for an event that long? Who? I'm telling you, it doesn't happen here. There's so much involved. It doesn't happen here. Such a tiny space. Okay? Just one door in, one door out. Ooh, I wanted to go in so bad. I was going to let my hair flow. I want to just sit at the table, okay? I wanted to host a table. I was going to call it the Hulk Pro table. There you go, okay? Just that. My husband would have been posted right outside because, you know, Hulk likes to know the movement, okay? You know, he ain't too fine of all this bullshit. He really's not. But he wasn't going to let me go by myself, you know? He would have been right outside waiting, perpetrating. Okay, right outside waiting, Miss Viewers. 12 hours, at least 3 real events could go. Well, there were like 5 events happening, Miss. You remember it was the structure. It was like $600 for you to just see the red carpet. It was like another $300 or $250 for you to be upstairs at the meet and greet. Okay, then there was another level where you will come down to another level, and it was like a brunch. Okay, so now I'm having breakfast, lunch, and dinner with y'all people. Okay, and then there was the other thing for the award ceremony. This was the award ceremony. Okay, that's when these people were gonna get these awards. The U2B for me, for you, for them, for us awards. And then it was gonna be a dinner, and wasn't there like a party after that? Who the F? In what world did she think that people were willing to donate their time to her? Drop a fucking bomb on that. What? I would have been right there with you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because let me tell you, ain't nothing I love the most, aside from a well-executed event, than a poorly executed event, because it is just fucking comedy to me. And me being able to, when it gets real crazy, real ghetto, real loud, real crusty and smelly, I could just be like, okay, let's go to a real event. Let me just make one phone call. Let's go to the top of this building, to the lounge up there. They're going to have some hors d'oeuvres for us. We could just watch the sunset from up there. Let's intake some good margarita, some sangria, some Veuve Clicquot, okay, some Dom Perignon, 2002, okay? Just 2002. I don't got to go before the millennium, just 2002. Some Dom P up there. We'll be all floating. And we're already on the 54th floor, floating above the 54th floor. Okay, Miss Viewers of You? We needed the comic relief. We needed the comedy show. I wanted to see a roach go up there under the assumption that he's one of the highly acclaimed hosts of the beef sector. Like I wanted to see a highly acclaimed beef sector host up there. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see said individual take the mic and not rock the mic or suck the mic or, do the pepper salt, shaker. I wanted him to go up there and do some comedy on the spot, interact with the audience. Yeah. I was so, and then Miss View, we would have been sick. Cause I would have, this is what would have happened, Miss View. When it was time for us to go in, okay, one of the bar staff or somebody in the venue, trust me, somebody in the venue would have had a Juanki Pro bag, okay? All right? A Juanki Pro. That somebody in the venue was at the Penthouse the night before to pick up a Juanki Pro bag. Oh, yes, he picked up the Juanki Pro bag, and he knew just exactly what needed to happen. All right, Miss View? So understand that when the bar staff came in, the catering staff, one of them staff came in, they clocked in, they got their assignment for the event, but they came in with a Juanki Pro bag. And right before they threw that cloth on top of that 10-seater table, the Juanki Pro bag was deposited right at the seat where Juanki Pro was going to be. Okay, Miss Viewers of You? So that when Juanki Pro and Miss View and Hulk walked through that metal detector, okay, nothing went on. Nothing went on. We went, sat down. We're eating our little salad, shrimp and grits, maybe, perhaps, for the culture. All right? And it's time to see them awards. And a roach is up there, running away from raid and shit. Squirming around from stage left to stage right and corner to corner, trying to, I'm just here. I'm just here to make a joke, up there. I'm going to do that slow talk that I do. And then I'm going to say, Miss Viewers of You, this is my cue. It's my time. And I'm just like reaching into my bag. And you see these things going on. And I'm like, Miss View, if you need anything, Hulk is right outside. Okay, Miss View, I need you, once you see me at the edge of the stage, I need you to exit, please. Okay? And that damn roach, that dishonest roach, with his microphone talking about awards and shit, and when he sees me right there, and all y'all gonna see is Juanki Pro in a nice suit, in a nice little fitted garb, Just tying up his nice little boxing gloves, just like this. We're going to give these people the real show. I'm going to come right on stage with my gloves. What's up then and what's up now? What's up then and what's up now, bitch? Come on. Come on. What's up then and what's up now? What's up? What's up? Right here. Let's do a real performance. Okay? Let's give the people the real show. Huh? You have all that mouth, right? What's up then and what's up now? I'm going to fuck you up. And once I do that, from the same blood that falls out of your face and your mouth, I'm going to have the kit right there, the 30-second kit right there. Put it right on the podium, prick mine, right on the podium, show and tell to everybody, okay? Show and tell to everybody. Yeah. Oh, I would have dropped 10K for that table just for the purposes of being able to do that. I would have smacked the hell out of Shush before. Okay? All right? That's all I wanted. Easily. I would have dropped Shish wouldn't have to even give me a tax exempt letter. I would have eaten the tax exemption for that. A nice 10 on that table just to be able to get in and do what I needed to do. Drop a bomb on that. It's true. Absolutely. And now let's talk about, she talked about stunted and not being able to grow and the whole nine. But I mean, by your own definition of growth and words and the whole nine, your nonprofit has not grown. It's a fucking front. I'm not so sure what for yet, aside from the scamation of it all. Okay? Because I will say that the nonprofit is in good standing. It's in good standing. However, there's no progression to it. Aside from the jargon that's on the website promoting it and the whole nine, there's no progression for it. There's no annual reports. Okay, there's no annual reports. There's no budgetary growth. There's no officers aside from herself. Okay? Scam. Left and right scam. It's absolute scam. Disguising as helping the community. And there's people like this poor woman who left this message. Okay? Saying that it's disorganized and she has delusions. She's delusional. She didn't even say, she's delusional, but she has a good attitude about it, or she's delusional, but she comes from a good place. She's trying. None of that. The bitch is delusional and disorganized. And there's no community assessment. No community assessment. Just ego shit. I'm going to do this because I want to do this. I'm going to paint it under this is a business and also helping through a nonprofit, helping the community. I failed to make the connection between these people going for vacation and the community engagement. The return on investment, the ROI, the RIO, return in ROI, the ROI, return on investment for the community. Do you understand what I'm saying? Scamming from the prison to believe. Absolutely. All right, let's just do a little bit more. I'm at 1 hour and 42. We'll do 2 hours. 2 hours, and then I'm going to go ahead and live my life. And I may come through later on. We'll see. Yeah, I know how I do. So let's just do a little bit more. Just another 10, 15 minutes, and then we will call it a day for today. I think I got. Did I give her enough? Because I still have a lot more. I'm telling you, I'm gonna drip this. Let's go.
Getting an extra cash app or two for an extra 1,000 something a month. That's growing to them. I bet you the content creators, and I'm not trying to be funny.
Okay.
But the content creators that are talking shit right now about this show production and Belize being canceled, I guarantee you, forget about their channels. I guarantee you they have never invested over $100,000 into anything in their life.
Bitch, neither have you. Okay? Neither have you. Girl. Really. Neither have you. Your 990-N speaks for it. If you're in the nonprofit world, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Neither have you. Okay? 100,000? Girl, you ain't never seen 100,000. You ain't never sniffing 100,000. You ain't never counted 100,000. Your nonprofit has never spent 100,000. Absolutely insane and delusional. And if you want us to believe that you are spending $100,000 from your own pocket, girl, pick one. The Brooklyn Bridge, the Manhattan Bridge, or the Williamsburg Bridge. They're all for sale. I'll give you the Cash App where you send the payment and then you go claim it. You could claim it from the Manhattan side, the Brooklyn side, or the Queens side. Your choice, girl. Okay? You definitely have not seen us spend 100,000. I work for companies that I had to write checks for that amount and over, but nope, I would give even 1/10 of that out of my pocket. Not only that, there's a paper trail that needs to be. I wouldn't. There's a paper trail that needs to be kept. Not only kept, reported at the end of the year, especially when you are claiming nonprofit or even an LLC. You know, she really knows her audience, though. I will give you this, because I'm not her audience. I'm too slick and too smart and too seasoned and too New Yorker to be her audience, her target population. It's not me. It's absolutely not me. Okay. But she knows her target audience because she could throw this type of jargon at them, and they hear that, and that somehow legitimizes the scam that she's trying to pull. Let's continue. 15 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 15.
So, no, I didn't watch everything. I'm not impressed. I got sent a lot of links. Watch this, watch that, tagged into a couple of things. Watch this, watch that.
What's this?
I only hit YouTube cameras because that was the last link I received, and that was on IG. And I just wanted her to know she's a fucking lying ass.
No, that you were being strategic. I get you being strategic, but I get it. Shout out to Nene, ripping what was that bitch's name? Star Jones's head during The Apprentice. Oh, you're being strategic, but I get it. Okay, strategic.
And she should be worried about managing her pussy than worried about my business.
Girl, this is the executive director of the nonprofit. Okay, you're homeless, she'll put you in a home. You need HIV meds, she'll find the meds for you. She'll pop the pills in your mouth for you. Okay, you have migration issues. Okay, you need ice to get up my back. Okay, she'll take you through that process. All right, all of that. This is the language of an executive director.
Like, are you kidding me? My business is a YouTube show production, partially, but
when she speaks slow like Jay Willow, yo, she's lying.
You know, she's fucking niggas online.
Girl,
she should be trying to manage her womanhood. What are we doing?
She's real mad. Why is she so
crazy.
mad?
People worry about the wrong things. Is this deflection?
Why?
I hit a link. Lying ass bitch.
Ooh.
Why don't you YouTube cameras manage your pussy, your sex life, your relationship,
God,
your income stream, your revenue stream, like I'm managing all of the things that I just told you to manage?
Oh, okay, good. Shish Trish, I hope you are climbing onto the table ever so often, spreading it like a book. We call it the book. Growing up, the children and I used to call it the book. I hope you are putting your legs in that thing, whatever that thing is called, opening wide. Since you say you're managing your insides, let the good old doctor take a look at the beef curtains. Open the curtain, see what's in there, what lies between and beneath. Do the swab and everything with them big ass cotton balls. They're like this big, ladies and gentlemen. They're scrape. I heard they got to go in there and really scrape some cells, send that away, Hopefully, it was no smell that knocked out the poor gynecologist. I hope you're doing that. We clearly see you trying to manage your finances by scamming people and the government. People and the government. Because if you're really spending $100,000 under the disguise of that nonprofit, girl, I'm going to need you to fill out the correct 990. Not a 990 N, but a 990 period. Drop a bomb on that. Okay, misviews of you. Breaking news. YTC was busted with sleeping with another content creator, but Trish, I thought she was your good Judy. Ooh, she telling the tea. Another content creator. Ugh, let me tell you something. She did get caught online sleeping with a YouTuber. That part is true. Okay, all right. You are not supposed to rat out your friend. Listen. But it just shows. Listen, a scammer. There's no honor among thieves. You understand what I'm saying? There's no honor among thieves. At some point, it's gonna get around in the circle.
I'm managing all of that shit. And then, why don't you try to do that instead of lying for content, Thirst Bucket? They said you've been going live after live after live for 3 weeks now because those YouTube checks. And the thing about it is, you lying on a video that has 1,000 to 2,000 views. What do you make off it? $48, $45, or something like that?
Now she counting her pockets. All right.
That's not
but it's not. It's really. You know, it could also not be about the YouTube check. It really could be about unmasking you, demasking. You know, rip the mask. Okay. Standing there, leaving you standing there bare, naked, okay? All touch out, okay? All of that.
Thirsty you niggas are. And you'll be doing that for the rest of your YouTube career or whatever you got going on.
Oh, so that's Trish. Okay, let's forward a little bit more. Let's go to, we are skipping now. Oh, I guess this is the no, I don't want no music. I don't want no music, girl. Stop that shit.
This is my dream for the community.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
Let's see the nightmare for the community. Yeah. Oh, she's featuring her own website. Okay. These people are no longer there, by the way, Miss View. I needed to keep abreast. So I went and everything is deleted. Everything is gone. No new content creators, no old content creators. Dimitra lit all day. Her headshot, her professional headshot gone. Everybody's out of it. Like New York said. When she was downstairs and the girls were up there in Flavor of Love. And she was like, you upstairs. You are caught up in some motherfucking shit. Just slap me. New York was looking for another spit on her face. She was looking for another viral moment at that point. And since Boots wasn't giving it to her, she said she took her hand and she said, you are out of it. You're not going to say you're sorry? You're not going to say it? You are out of it. She out of it. Oh, I got to keep my movements because, they're watching. All right, here we go. Come on, shish. Okay, what is this? She's the chosen one. I'm telling you, it's beyond mental illness. It's beyond mental illness. Come on, girl, come on the screen. Say what you're going to say about this shit.
Do you know how many people have told me that I was delusional for years?
I don't have a roster. We didn't keep track, but I venture out to say most people that you're engaged at some point come up to that determination on their own. They've heard it, then they experience it, and then they're like, okay, no, it's true. It's true.
Years.
Oh, thank you, Miss View. The natural sunlight is working for you. You look like a teenager. Oh my God, drop a bomb on that. Skin is popping. Let me tell you. And the crazy thing is that I did not do my skin routine today. I did not, Miss View. I do have, thank you. That really makes me feel Nice. Thank you, Miss View. I have a skin regimen that I do religiously. However, because I was going to the dentist, right? And my mouth was gonna be open for the hygienist and the doctor. I didn't do my skin routine because I didn't want it to be like, greasy, and since they were gonna be touching and stuff like that around the instruments, I didn't want it to be like that. So I didn't do it. But maybe one day I'll share my skin routine. So, and I also like to leave my my skin to breathe, since I'm doing it like pretty much every day. I like to. Oh, let's see. I'm having a phone call. Let me just send it to voicemail. I like to let it breathe once a week. So I try, actually on the weekends too. I just like leave it natural. So I just let it breathe. But please do. Okay, I will. I will definitely share my skin routine. Let's see what this lady's saying now.
The first time I was delusional when they told me during the time that I launched the petition, the backlash from that.
The no dragging.
You're delusional to think that people on YouTube has to listen to you, has to sign your petition, has to believe that dragging kids was wrong. We launched that petition June 19, 2019, and we had Tracy on it and Rosie Cunningham. We got so much kickback. Then we relaunched it in 2020 and put 14 people on the petition because they really turned up. They said, fuck you, bitch. Okay?
And this is a highlight. Okay. This a highlight. All right.
But the more that behavior was demonstrated on this platform, believe it or not, more people signed the petition. It motivated me to go outside of these spaces because I believe there has to be still a community of people that...
I hate her voice. She sounds like she's speaking out of fear. Let's fast forward a little bit.
The higher power.
Because I'm about to be done with her. Okay, let me see here. Okay, here we go. The chosen one. By who? Who chose her? Who chose her?
I had people in polls that refused to take money. I've had all types of shit happen in the last few years.
Yet I rise again.
We get around it.
She said like nothing of substance for this whole thing.
And that's why I'm fighting for us. Okay, if I didn't, I would be whatever. But I believe in them. They
could you be like,
me.
Oh, whatever? Could you just be like, what? Okay.
Oh, no, I said smash it, fuck you, hoe, and chat. Bye. Some shit like.
Okay, we're getting to the end here.
He sent me an email about Rex.
Okay, we're done. We're done. We're done. As we come to the end of this broadcast, just a few more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. A scammer. Absolute scammer. So professional. Absolute scammer. She is just, and you know, the scam that keeps on giving and keeps on running. I just want her to make the connection for me between doing this vacation and community organizing and helping the community. I failed to smash her. I failed to see the connection. It irritates me that a nonprofit, the title nonprofit is being thrown around for clearly shit that has nothing to do with a nonprofit. Okay. I will give her this, Miss Viewers of You. She keeps it small so that her requirements to the federal government and the IRS are not that demanding. Drop a bomb on that. Okay? Budget is under $50,000. Okay? That could mean $100. All right? But so you know, don't need to report anything. Don't need to if you keep it that way. We have yet to see anything be successful. Now, we just heard about the No Dragging Kids campaign. I remember this thing going around and her doing her rounds on panels, especially during the TSCC time and the whole nine. And, I don't know that anything came off it. Kids were still dragged. Kids will continue to be dragged. It just is what it is. It's the sector you're in. And it's not just this sector. The sectors. But for the mommy sector, all of the other sectors are doing it. I did it. Because you can't tell people how to fight. You don't want to be thrown into, don't get in it. You understand what I'm saying? Don't get in it. What came out of that? You had a horse, para-illegal, okay? A horse, para-illegal, okay? Which I really think she's a mental patient. I'm talking about Dory Ring Diamond Ring Dory, okay? The horse. Okay? The so-called YouTube attorney. And I recently found out that impersonating an attorney is a crime. Drop a bomb on that. Para-illegal. Exactly. Para-illegal. Yep. I honestly think Miss Viewers of You, she was part of a work galloping around. I think she was part of a work program release, like a work release program, or like some type of like community program where they take adults, they pick them up in either a 15-passenger van or a yellow school bus. They pick them up, they take them to a place of business, and she was in charge of cleaning like the bathrooms, the coffee stand, the break room area, like all of that. And then they will pick her up at like 1:30. It's just like 3 hours a day. Give her like $20, $25, and then they will return her back, by which time her nurse was at home. She came in with the nurse's uniform and everything, waiting for her at the door. She will come in, make sure that she showered, did all her laundry. The nurse would put her gloves on when handling Diamond Ring Dory. And I think the nurse was actually the male. I think it was the male, actually. That wasn't her husband. That was the home health aide. That's what I think. I used to chat with her on regular to just hear her stories. Yeah, she was a good storyteller. She was a absolute, But then I was saying, Ms. Viewers of You, and I know you got like a whole hour of content before you came in, but I was saying I get passionate about certain things, that really hit me. Like I'm passionate about Shish Trish doing this bullshit and selling it to people as under the disguise of a 501c3, aka a nonprofit out of Brooklyn. Bullshit. That does everything. Everything. Homelessness, immigration, health, mental health, job development. It does everything. Out of all the nonprofits that I work for and been involved with and volunteer for, I never met a nonprofit that could do everything at once. And I work for some big, strong, powerful nonprofits. But Shish Trish, out of her WeWork space that allows her to use the conference room for 4 hours a month, okay, is running this nonprofit that is helping all types of people. It has all types of funding, because if you're doing something like that, when you get to medical nonprofit, there's a big, strong income coming through that, like grants and stuff like that. When you're getting into medical, when you're getting into homeless, like all of that, housing, you're getting real good stuff. But your budget's still stunted at $50,000 since inception. Drop a bomb on that. See, you can't bullshit experience. Miss View said that the light is hitting me just right and I look like a teenager. Well, a teenager I am not. I love the fact that I can pull it off. But certainly I'm not. I've been dabbling in this world of nonprofits since I was 12 years old. 12 years old. Okay? Can't fool me with that bullshit. So I got passionate about it and I said, let me throw my fatigue on. Okay? With the horse, Diamond Ring Dory, okay? Family of attorneys, international attorneys, international doctors. Irritates me that Diamond Ring Dory came out here lying to people, talk about she's an attorney, which is also a crime. Okay? You can't go around saying you're an attorney and give legal advice. That's a crime. Punishable. That's a crime. Okay? Because when I saw my family members struggling to pass the bar exam, when I physically had to put one of my family members in a hotel, I didn't say motel, in a hotel paid for by me, okay, the entire week so she could lock down and eat her motherfucking books because she had that bar test on that Saturday and we brought her over Sunday afternoon to literally lock down away from us. I'm getting chills as I say it. And my mama and me getting up in the car to make sure we bring her breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay? When we doing that and I see the sacrifice that she made to accomplish this shit, you know? And guess what? Well, the first try, she didn't get it. I'm not going to even lie. The first try, she didn't get it. And she is smart as they come. First try, didn't get it. It's like a fucking 6-hour exam, 2 days. First try, didn't get it. I said, the second try, okay, baby. You got months to try again, and you're going into lockdown. Months. Parents paid a special course, Kaplan or whatever. She was in there eating books. We were on vacation. We were on trips. I was doing it. She couldn't come to any of that shit. Then I locked her into a hotel. And not just a hole in the wall. I put her in a comfortable, I want to make sure there was a desk, proper lighting, the whole nine. Air conditioning, the whole nine. And mama and me are driving at 6 a.m. to make sure she has a good Dominican breakfast in there and a good lunch and a good dinner. And I remember picking her up that Saturday morning and driving her to that test center again, picking her up 6 hours later or whatever the case may be. I think it was like 4 hours. Then they pick you up. No, actually, I think it's 6 hours both days. You take 3, you get a lunch break, and then you do the other 3. All right, and then you take her back, and we taking her back. You understand what I'm saying? You take her back, and then the thing is, you don't find out if you pass for 2 or 3 months. Okay? After all that grueling, you don't find out you pass for like 3 months. And then that letter comes. And she's just like, we all so proud because we could add another one to the wall of success. See, when you've seen that, and then you get a fucking crackhead looking bitch with her teeth out, galloping around, throwing out fucking advice, legal advice that she's asking Google and shit. And at that time, we didn't even have AI the way AI is doing the shit right now. She pulling out shit that makes no goddamn sense. And people are falling for it. It irritates me in the soul. At the molecular level, it bothers me at the molecular level for a bitch to come out here, okay? And then the shit is that people ask her, look, I'm getting real heat up right now. People ask this fucking bitch, what did you major in? And the bitch is gonna say she majored in Esquire. Drop a fucking bomb on that. Who the fuck? Where? Where do you major in Esquire, you dumb bitch? Where do you major in Esquire, you dumb bitch? Really? You got me motherfucking fucked up. You got me motherfucking fucked up. You think I'm gonna sit here and let you play with all these people? You may be able to fool some of them in the middle of the night. Because, the meds were so uncalibrated that the bitch was up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, or going crazy, wasting the money that was coming in from her SSI or whatever the case may be, with events to try to fit in. It's beyond sad. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Talk about the cars, the fancy cars that the bitch is driving. We find out that the cars ain't even fancy. We find out she's a passenger. We find all this bullshit. And you walking around over here with your hair like you're the YouTube attorney. This bitch was ready. She will be in chat rooms because I was watching and listening. And she will literally get up there as if she was a CNN legal correspondent okay, giving out her take on the latest Supreme Court ruling. Drop a fucking bomb on that. You got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. She majored in Esquire. Yes, Miss View. That's what she said. She majored in Esquire. Okay? Lawyers joke with each other about how many times that they had to take the bar exam. Yeah. My closest relative took it twice and passed on the second time. You know? But it's just like the medicals. The medicals are even more. You know, the medicals are even more. But, you know, they did it. It bothers my soul. So when I saw this bitch, Trish, linking this event, Secret Island Vacation, LLC, where it's not an LLC. It's like the website. Gone. Out of it like New York. Bullshit. A slap in the face to people who really have fucking LLCs and stay compliant and do everything they need to do. Okay? And then there's this nonprofit being tied up to it. A slap in the face to people who work nonprofit. You know what I'm saying? Who receive benefits from nonprofits and services from nonprofit. It bothers me at the molecular level. That's all I'm going to say. And anything that bothers me at the molecular level, I will throw my fatigue on, and I'm going to come out here and do what I got to do. Okay? Now, if you don't like it, you ain't like it. If you ain't like it, you ain't like it. Okay? But I'm not going to stand by and let you play with these people. You or anybody else. Okay? Do the shit the right way, and I'll shut the fuck up. I'm pissed off, and my fucking thing is done already. I'm mad now, Miss View. I need to jump in the shower. Because I'm irritated. Got this bitch giving presidential addresses. Addressing the crowd. You got a fucking roach doing a fucking fundraiser, not in a GoFundMe, on an actual charitable website. Okay? Fundraising for a vacation that's somehow supposed to have ties to the community and a nonprofit. And I failed to connect the dots between how is it that these people going on vacation, half of them can't even leave the state without calling a white man and asking permission to whether or not they can leave the state, let alone an international trip to a developing country. I failed to make the connection. How is this serving the community? Okay, how is this serving the community? And then I'm gonna ask questions. My investigative reporting is gonna start because I want to know this nonprofit that does everything, covers the whole person, homelessness, healthcare, immigration status, housing, but they have a budget of under $50,000. $50,000. But they do everything. I want to thank everybody who came through. Okay? I don't know when I'm coming back. Y'all want to tag, send it over, tag it. She ain't ready for me. She could fool these people. But she can't fool me. This is my platform. This is my red microphone. Okay? And these are my opinions. Based on what I seen. Okay? You don't like what I seen? Well, you ain't like what I seen. 50K, Ms. Viewers, of you since inception, creation, formation of said nonprofit. 50K. You want to know why, right? Because once you cross the threshold of 50K, then you have to do the 990. Okay? And in the 990, we all up in the bone marrow. Drop a bomb on that. Okay? We all up in the bone marrow. We're going to taste it. We're going to read it. We're going to see it. We're going to feel it. It's a different accountability. You know, the government don't care anything below 50. Okay? But get you to 50,001. Girl, we're in a whole other place now. We're in a whole other place. I want to thank you for coming through. I am Juanki Pro, and welcome to my world. Okay? I'm irritated. The fake attorney got me irritated. That irritated me even more. Maybe I'll come through tonight and tell a story about how she was dismantled. Okay? She tried to hoodwink and bamboozled. Shout out to viewers of you for teaching me that word. Thank you, mother, for staying through. I may come through later on and lit up the microphone and talk to you about the horse. You know, the horse got really mad with me. And then she was editing pictures with my forehead protruding and the whole night. Girl, let me show you something. Let me show this bitch something. Okay? All right, bitch. See? Forehead or no forehead. Forehead or no motherfucking forehead. If you're listening to me, please take your beautiful eyes onto the screen. I want you to see this. I want you to touch this skin, darling. Touch all of this skin. You can't take it. You can't take it, girl. You cannot take it. Youth. You cannot take it. And let me tell you something. Unretouched. Drop a bomb on that. Unretouched. We did not retouch the shit. I felt like there was no need to retouch it. Okay? No need to retouch it. All right? Forehead or no forehead. Nail me, an entrepreneur at a time who is a business owner and has solidified the life that I'm accustomed to. Okay? Now you go back to your hotel motel, horsey. You go back to your stable and you wait for them to come around and feed you some motherfucking carrots. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I might see you later on. Peace. Thank you, Miss Viewers of You. Thank you, The Purse is Closed. Thank you, Mother. And thank you for the new watchers and listeners. Okay, thank you for your support. I'll see you around these streets. I love ya. Peace.